Great, so we're just continuing the silk reeling. We'll review the first movement. Let's see if I can pull Yvonne in. Yvonne, Miss Chin,
yeah,
come and join us.
okay.
You can put that down or finish that and come and join us. Okay. So again, the silk reeling is that the idea of silk reeling is that nice little elasticity. Just it can stretch a little bit more. It can be a little bit less, but it never just drops. It's always alive, and it has to be sung. It has to be relaxed all the way in between. Yet you can expand, right, without locking and clenching down. So your joints need to be open and loose. We want the joints open and loose. We want the joints to be able to open and close. We want the tendons twisting and wrapping and stretching and relaxing. They never go totally slack. We don't pull them to the point where it's like they're locked. Okay? And that's that feeling of silk reeling, of wrapping. So the ideas of wrapping and twisting, if you wrap your hands, like if let's see if I don't know where my string is, but if Bond comes here, yeah, and here, let me get the purple one. Maybe the purple one you can see a little bit more, right? If she holds that, right, where, like that's nothing. Yeah, there's no tension. So just holding the end, and everything's loose. And just when we feel, right at that point where we feel it connected, right? Like there's a point where nothing, and then right about there, like, oh yeah, if I pull a little bit more, right, then she's going to have some tension. So that lightest feeling, starting with that lightest feeling where you just feel it. So you could tie a string to something, right? If it's elastic, that's better. But even if you don't have elastic string, just tying a string and just practicing, just picking up the slack and just where you can feel it. Or if you don't have,
This is neat, Randall.
yeah, I know, yeah. So if you don't have an elastic string, but you could get a rubber band or something, right? So if you had some place where you could attach a rubber band or a spring, you could put that string to the rubber band, and that rubber band will give you that play, that elasticity. Right? So you could see where you hold it. You could see where you just, if she's stable, right, you just take out the slack, right, and you just feel that connection, and that's where everything's alive. And right there, you have to kind of set, and the whole body is like that. You want to feel that connection with the whole body. Nothing's like that in the body. Nothing's fighting like this in the body. Everything has to relax. So if you go that way, if I'm expanding this way, right? I want to expand, right? I just feel that. Right? I just feel right there. I have to let go of my joints. Relax everything, sink my feet, right? Adjust where my body is, sink the air down, and lightly expand, right? Lightly I'm going to open up. And to expand, I don't want to lock, I don't want to fight. I just have to loose, not fight. And as I feel myself tensing, right, because I'm pulling harder and harder, I have to stop, relax, let it go. Don't tense the body to pull harder, but expand, sink the joints. The more tension I have here, the more I have to relax and sink and expand. And there's a point where I'm not strong enough to do that. I have to learn to stop, right? I can hold that to develop, but I have to let everything sink, right? And then slowly let it go. Find where it's connected, and then understand connected to disconnected. Right? There's nothing there. Okay? So that's a feeling of silk reeling. So if you had something like these elastic bands, this one is really light. It's well, not really light, it's kind of a medium, but it's perfect. Right? I could you could kind of hold, I could hold it in my hand, right, while I'm doing the set, and I can feel that elasticity and just have to maintain, even if I let all the joints go, letting all the joints go, I still have to have a connection. Everything has to be sunk in, right? Can't be like this. Still connected, right? Relaxed but connected. So could do the whole set. Yeah, could do the whole set from there, and then try to feel that light elasticity, or let it move or something, right? Or just adjust to that. Okay. So silk reeling, the first one, ideally we want to turn from side to side, just reviewing. Yeah, just ignore that. That's old messages. So turning all the way to the side, right? Shifting the weight, stepping, and then shifting and turning the waist, and letting the feet turn, right? So the feet have to turn and pick up the back leg, right? Force yourself to shift and sink everything to one side. When I step back, my body doesn't move yet. I want to find the ground and then turn and shift. Okay? Step and then shift my weight, right? Stepping down and then shift my weight. And just let the arms swing, right? Palm over palm. It's a silk reeling, it's a shooting palm. So the palm washing through the arm, at least through the elbow, but remember we can come all the way up. You can come all the way around if you want. You can make it more medical, right? You can wash more of the body. So just relaxing and let it come up and sink, right? Let it sweep up, fold and sink. So feel the hula come out. Feel the dance come out in this movement. So even here, if you have a little lift and then sink, that's fine. Right? You have a little lift. So just make it soft and expressive. And the more you can turn, the better. Right? Up to 180 degrees. And use the momentum. The momentum will swing this hand out. The momentum will swing this hand out, and then the other hand just folds in. So it's a good warm-up move, it's a good warm-down move, it's a good connecting move to come back to center. And let the palms vibrate, right? Learn to vibrate the palms, teach the palms how to vibrate, so that energy starts flowing. It's already going, and you won't even know when it starts to happen naturally. You just find itself vibrating by itself, or you just initiate it and you notice, wow, it vibrates so easily from there. Yeah. So remember, you want the palm, center of the palm, washing through the arm, right? Washing through the arm, one way, turning, drop, and then the other way. Okay. And then the variation is to, instead of just turning, right, to sit back while you're turning. So that feeling like drawing and pulling back. So sitting back and turn. Drawing back and turning. Sitting back and turning. Still shifting the weight all over. Just picking up the back leg and stepping, sitting back. Sitting back. So we'll run through the first two moves, spend a little bit more time on the third, and then spend more time on the fourth move. And each movement gets a little bit more involved, does a little bit more to that last set. Can help to reset the spine and the organs. It can be really tight or large. Okay. All right. So if you're doing that drawing back, just relax and just go back to a simpler turning. Okay. And then number two, right? The hand comes up, bottom hand turns, and drop the elbow and cut across the face and switch down. Hand waves up, turn, the hand cuts, and the other hand draws across. If you don't move, the hands don't move. Just letting it swing and finishing with the fingertip on the bottom and that little turn. Just that little wipe with the fingertip. Let it drop down, come up, turn, let it turn, and just drop down. Yeah, learn to keep it against the body. Right? So let it drop against the body. It doesn't have to, but if you do, it's that next level of training. Right? So just tuck the elbow, tuck the shoulders. Right, so you get that nice massage, right? That real light massage. It's like gathering and throwing, like you're just throwing away the stress. And when you come here, right, just drop that hand and let it curve up from here. Okay, and then the variations, you can change the height. It doesn't have to be one place. You can change the height. You can flatten the palm. And I can flatten the palms. I get a little tummy rub. Right, I can come up to the shoulder, come across. So that's the first set of variations. Okay. And then looking at the bottom hand, coming across, and then coming across, turning, and kidneys, right? Massaging the kidneys first. Massaging the kidneys. So just the more you turn, the easier it is to get that hand back. And then just that scooping, and you can close the thumb and the forefinger a little bit. You're gonna rub with this knuckle of the thumb. Just that nice little massage, and then come through, or just let it drop all the way down. You can just let it cut all the way down through the piriformis, down the ITB band, and then come up. And they'll give you all the major variations. Where are you rubbing? So you catching the front of the body, and then the kidneys, and then the piriformis, and then coming up. Yeah, let me turn a little bit. Right, front of the body, front of the body, turning, coming down through the leg and up. So you know your own body, how comfortable you can squat down or cannot. Right? If you can squat low, if you're the person who squat low, you could come here. Right? So my weight is shifted still here, and then I'm squatting down, and then I'm coming through, and then I'm rising. So it could be, right? If you're comfortable going low, you could go down and then rise. Right? Turn down and rise. Right? You know your body. Take care of your joints, take care of your knees. You do whatever's comfortable for you. And just turn what's comfortable for you. Okay, so if you have the first two, right, you can switch between this and then just alternate between the different movements and different variations and coming back and such, right? So it's just the first two movements. Just practice moving between the different options and the first basic of the shooting palms to this one, to this waving, and then coming out and just taking different variations, right? And then the last variation is to finish the move, right? Instead of just coming up and turning, right? Just drill both hands up, drop the shoulders and palms, and tap, right? And then come back to here. Right? So we'll come out, right? Rising, turn the palm and tap, right? Just relax the wrist and then turn. So these are just reminders for those of you who've seen it before. Right, so the full move, come all the way down, rising and journaling, and then double palm tap, and then turning all the way down, rising and journaling, double palm tap. And if you want, you can add that little vibrating palm, or just let it vibrate. Yeah. You see the hula come out? Right? It's in there, it's merged in there, it's hiding in there. So you just have to let that come out. Right? Just let that come out. Okay, so like I said, you can just switch at any time. And so you just make it a free-flowing, just switch and think, okay, what do I know? Let me switch. Just do here, or I can change across my body. Right, I can just rub flat over here. Right, I can go down and shoot and come up. Right, or I can just do the kidneys if I want. Just do the kidneys. Right? I can sit back on the shooting palms. Right? So just play with it, and then when you end, just relax from there. Okay. So, and then the number 3 is the rising and turning. So this is right over the center of the head, and you can feel it like turn. Just the palms turn, yeah, like you're dialing, and then the palms come down, and then come up. Right? And then dropping down, and again turning, right? Turning the waist, and then turning, the palms turn flat, and then that double palms. If I face to the side, coming up and turning, and then you can see tuck the elbows and the palms down and center, yeah? And then come back, right? And turn, twist and turn, then turn the other way, and flat, right? Don't let the elbows flare out too much if you can, right? Keep them tucked in. But sometimes I do. Sometimes my hands are like this. Yeah, and then they'll come in. Yeah, sometimes when I play it, I'm coming up, and then I just make a really big circle this way, but then they still tend to come in to the center. Yeah, so there's so many variations how you feel, how you play it. Right? So same hand, same leg. Right? So turn, rising, same hand, same leg, and then turn. Right? The leg turns with you. Leg turns with you. Step down, double tap, and pick up the back leg. Yeah. So you commit all your weight and then sink. Allow yourself to sink, and then step back. Right? Same hand, same leg. Step down, and then the other side. Turn the body. Curve over, turn the waist as much as you comfortably can, step down, pick up the back leg and release the palms, release the shoulders and the palms. And then reset, step, rise, relax the standing leg, sink into the hip joint. And take your time, feel the joints. We're slowly starting to turn and twist the joints and the spine a little bit more each time. So stepping and stepping. You get out of sync, don't worry about it. Right? Just relax, reset. You want to enjoy the movement. The more you relax, the more you loosen the joints. You want the joints to be comfortable. Right? If the joints are hurting, then you have to really look at that move and either cut that move out, or see, maybe you're just overextending. So relax and turn, relax and turn. I can keep on turning. Even when my hands come down, I can still turn. So It could be turning, step. I could still be turning my waist if you're comfortable. Yeah? You don't have to stop that turn. It could be big or small. And turn, my body could still be turning. And try to pick up the knee. Not try, but pick up the knee straight. So pick the knee straight up. Yeah. Don't let the knee collapse. So there's all. And then watch your posture. Relax the bottom. Head suspended. Feet sinking into the earth. Yeah. And just take your time. Yeah. Letting everything sink down. So I've done it sometimes where I step and then I pick up that knee, so I'm like this, yeah. So, but it's pivoting here. So when you start, you want to be straight up and down, just turning. But then as you get comfortable, you could reach a little bit, but it's counterbalanced with that leg. And this knee is pointing straight out. So you can, just to show you the variations, you're not stuck. Right? This is the beginnings of it. Turning and relaxing. So once you sink here, right, then I could extend like that, but this has to be stable. I have to be sinking into this joint to be able to lean and angle, and it's offset by this leg. Right? If I keep this leg here and I lean, all my weight drops down, right? This is like a ballast. So, right, that comes out from there. So every movement can be you can make it a little bit more advanced, so to speak. But gotta do the simple one first, right? Once you found your foundation and relaxing. And if you wanted to, you could put like 2 circles or put something on the ground, and they don't have to be raised bricks, right? You just to get your foot placement, just to see, are you getting a consistent foot placement, or is it changing all over? Yeah, from there. All right. Okay. All right, loosen up a little, and then we'll move to number 4, and we'll spend the rest of our time on number 4. So number 4 is called Whirlwind Palms. Whirlwind Palms, and can reset the spine and reset the organs. And it can be really tight and twisting. It can be straight up and down, or it can be really, really open up and arching and really stretch. Not just stretching here, but stretch the psoas muscle. Right, so how I introduced it in class was in the chair. And then when I took it to standing, because I was in the chair, I was making it more upright. But as I'm watching, yeah, it actually reaches across. So let me show you different angles so you understand the difference. If I'm facing this way, right, and this hand is pressing, or if you want, you can start by sitting on the sternum, or you can start reaching. Right? And in the beginning, I was lifting more upright, trying to keep the spine more straight, and lifting straight up. But from here, right, the original form is in turning, and this hand comes back and it reaches behind. Yeah, it's actually back here. This hand pressing, and it's going in a straight line, back here, yeah, and then it drops, and then it comes over, right? So you can do it like this and keep everything really tight, right? So just really tight around the spine, but you don't get quite the same stretch, right? I don't have that hyperextension and that pull. So you can start off a little smaller, but eventually you want to work so it's starting to pull, and you can see the hand pressing and pulling, pushing straight ahead, right? Not up, but it's pushing so that all of this will open up. Start small, Right? You start big, you're going to pull muscles and everything. So just take your time. Okay? So, right, so it comes out of the whirlwind. It comes out of the shooting palms, right? So, so the first one, if you come out of the shooting palms, right, sweeping across, it's reaching behind the head, coming out, reaching behind the head, and removing the helmet, right? So shooting palms, and you reach behind the head, and then you turn. If this is my right hand, I'm going to turn to my left, and my hand's going to come across with me, right? Remove the helmet, and then I'm going to swing back. Right? When I swing back, my left hand going to open, and then it folds. My left hand goes right across here. Yeah. Before I was coming here, but really it just has to come here. But all of these are variations. Right? Come here, and this taps the center of the back, the Ming. Just tap. So just that swinging, right, to here. Okay? You can see my legs. My legs have to turn and twist. Okay? And then to open up from here, I turn, and just drop this hand and turn, and the turning will swing this hand out, right? So you have to just drop the arm and turn and swing the hand out, and then sit back, and the elbow goes straight up, stretching, and my left hand presses. So it pulls. If I keep on pressing with my left hand, my body's going to turn, right? And then I want to reach back. Right, so in the beginning, just a little bit, and then as you get used to it, you can reach and stretch. This hand has to offset it and push. Right? If you don't push with the left hand, with the bottom hand, right, then you're gonna go. This anchor you, right, and then turn and look over my shoulder. Drop the arm and let the palm come up and shift, and then turn the bottom hand up, and then it's just a shooting palm swinging around. Right, so the shooting palm, reaching over, removing helmet. Right? This hand sits here and starts to press a little bit more. Turn, I look over my right shoulder, drop the left hand, and then open. Right, open, it swings. The left hand swings to the Ming. The right hand comes across the body. Okay? Then I drop the left hand, turn my waist. Right, then swing the left hand out, sit back, elbow comes up, right palm pushes past the rib cage and lift, and turn my waist. So now I'm reaching over my head and to the back, and I'm starting to open, stretch this a little bit more. Look over my left shoulder to turn, the hand drops and scoops. Right, and shift forward, the right palm turns up, and then step, shooting palm right, removing the helmet. So I sit back, reach behind my head, left palm presses out, turn to my left, look over my left shoulder a little, drop the right hand and swing and open to the right. From here. Okay. Drop the right hand, turn. So the right hand, right? So as you get used to it, it's the right hand. Right, it's the body swinging the right hand out. The left hand is going to press. Lift the elbow like you're supporting a bag of rice. Stretch. And then rotate, so now you're pressing behind. And then turning, look over my right shoulder. Shooting palm. Right, left palm turns up. And shooting palm. Sitting back, reaching behind the head, left hand pressing out, rotating, dropping down, swinging and opening. Drop the left hand and swing to, okay, the right hand starts pushing under the rib cage. Rotate, right, starting to rotate and reaching back. So the more I stretch, right, I'm opening up this, I'm stretching the psoas muscle too. The more I reach back, I'm opening up the rib cage. So take your time, right? So you stretch more. You feel and listen to your body. Don't overdo it in the beginning. You're gonna injure yourself. Yeah. And this hand is important to balance yourself, right? If you're stretching and you relax this hand, right, you're just going to pull that way. If you pull this hand, it's going to anchor you from here, and it's going to connect your shoulder blades. So rotate, turn around your spine, rotate, drop the arm. Make sure you drop the arm, and then shift. Yeah, I can feel. Oh, my left side is all tight right now. Right, so I have to take my time and I have to let it work out. As I work it out, this will slowly start to stretch. And then I have to keep it up because the side is tight for me. Right? If I only do maybe 4 or 5 repetitions, it's just going to get tighter. I'm just aggravating it and it's fighting back. So I just have to let it relax. Where am I? The shooting palm. And turning, just taking my time, dropping, opening, turning, pressing with my left hand, looking up, back, over my right shoulder, relaxing, letting go, removing helmet, rotating, unwinding, winding up again, stretching. And you can just take your time and sit. Just take your time as you're going through these stretches. I don't know if these movements are considered rare, but you're not going to find them all over the place. It's funny because I'm showing you this, but they're hidden, yeah. They're hidden in our Tai Chi for health practices. Yeah, just take your time. Just let it work out the hip, work out the spine. Yeah, breathe. Yeah, rotate right around the center. Make sure you check and relax the joints.
Correct.
So now I'm really stretching up. If you look at my toes here, as I'm starting to work into the move. And make sure you're breathing. Okay, and just loosen up. Just loosen up a little. Yeah, so even this move, right, you could just swing. Tapping the Ming Mong, right? So I'm just doing this last move here, right? Just swinging and swinging. Shoulders down, elbows down. Okay. So any questions? Any question about these moves right now? Yeah. You just have to kind of take your time, because we're not in person. So any questions I can answer for you right now? Yeah. If you have any questions, you think of something later, write them down. Like I said, get a notebook and write it down. Yeah. But so how I used to teach it was instead of reaching all the way back from here, I was more upright and straight. I was focusing more on stretching the spine straight up and down. So I'd come here and straight up and down in a really tight spiral from here. And that still feels good. It's just a little different. Just doesn't open up the hip and the psoas as much. But you can still feel the spine twisting. And the way I would do it first is I would have the hand resting on the sternum. And because I wasn't reaching back so much, right, I didn't need this to kind of anchor myself as far as the balance, right? But it was still anchoring. So I would start here, and then slowly the hand would start to come out. And when I do the chair, I'll just show you the variation in the chair. Because the chair, you know, we can't swing all the way. That makes more sense. Right, so right, in the chair, we still have the shooting palm, and right, you can still come down, and you can still run the leg. Right? Right, so you can still catch the kidney and run the leg, and it might actually be easier in the chair for you to massage over here. Right, so that's pretty much the same. We just don't have so much of the drawback. Right, the sitting back. Right, not so. We can sit back a little bit. You can still feel it. We're shifting back a little bit. Right, right from here, you can still feel yourself shifting back a little. Just not as big a movement. And then number 3 is more just the upper body. You can still add the legs if you want, right? You can still do the stepping. Okay, so that's still, you know, it's just you just don't have as big a turn. But for this last part, instead of that side and that side, the presses became more in the front. So pumping to the front, lifting the elbow up, right? So I'd start with the hand anchoring here, and then eventually pulling out here, and then turning, looking over the shoulder, and coming down, and shooting palm, right? Reaching behind the head, lifting the elbow up, and turning, rotating. Yeah. Oh, and then what I do, instead of having this, you could have this, but because of the back of the chair, yeah? Because of the back of the chair, I didn't want to worry about whacking the back of the chair. So if you had a backless chair, you could do this kind of thing. But what I was doing was, I would say remove helmet, and then I would press it forward. Remove helmet, press it forward, like putting it on the shelf, putting it away, and then pump, right? And then dragon rolls over, right? Shooting palm, removing helmet, turn, put it back on the shelf, pump, dragon rolls over, shooting palm, removing helmet, put it on the shelf, pump, dragon rolls over. Right? So that was my chair mod, or that is my chair modification. Yeah, from there. But you can see how small it can be, right? And how big it can be. Yeah, and how stretched and hyperextended it can be, or how more upright and twisting and tighter it can be. Yeah. But they're all going to work and loosen up the spine and helping to reset the organs, especially if you can open this up and come out a little bit and relax and breathe, and just take your time on the turns, right? And then you can, on these, right? So you're shaking up the body, right? Let everything relax and bounce from there. Yeah. So yeah, these are, it's funny, you know, because I'm putting these out on public, but I'm not advertising it like that, right? They're hidden in our classes, but it's there. It's actually there. So few people look at them. Other people are just looking for Tai Chi for health. They see them, but like, but they actually have a lot of value. Yeah, they're really good things. They could fix a lot of problems, and especially that last set. Yeah, it could really help to kind of realign your spine and open and loosen, reset things from there. Okay, extend your legs, yeah. Hands up. You can rest your hands, palms up, sitting nice and comfortably. Release all the tension. Let all the facial muscles go. You want that no expression, no physical expression, but inside in the chest, in the heart, smiling. But feel the muscles in your face falling, around the jaws, around the nose, the cheeks. Just let it go. Feel the forehead muscles falling. Just let it go. But feel that smile. Put the palms together lightly. Bring it up to the forehead. Imagine you breathing in through the top of your head. Sink the air down to your lower dantian. And then exhale through the center of your forehead. Just take your time and relax as you do it. Bring your palms down to the height of your throat. This time exhale through your throat. Release all the facial tension, smiling. And bring your palms down to your heart. Exhale through your heart. Bring your palms, palm over palm, rest it right below your belly button. Just breathe gently. And just think deep in your body. Think of the chi sinking, the air sinking, the energy sinking below your belly button, about 3 inches below, in the center of your body. Relax. Take a deep breath, gather, slowly open your eyes, and exhale, let everything go. Loosen up your legs, loosen up your body. So you can open up your microphones and your videos, we can see who's there. Ask any questions while we warm down. Rub your hands, warm up your eyes. Let all the tension in your face go. Still no expression, but the feeling of smiling. Massage your scalp just with the fingertips, just with the pads of your fingers. 3 times, center to outside, front to back. And same thing, but tapping center to outside, front to back. After you finish that, unroll your ears. Start at the top, just gently pulling and slowly work your way down. And just pulling them down. There. Okay, and then pull the muscles away from the neck. Fingertips on each side of the spine. Gently working. Turning your head side to side, up and down. You can do one hand at a time, or do both, but you move. Get all the way up into that occipital ridge at the base of your neck. Right? Just feel, loosen all that up. Use your fingertips, drop your elbows, just massage your jaw. Start from right under your ear, and just small circles, and just work your way down your chin. Yeah. Move your jaw around. And then walk it to your temples or your forehead, and just pull that and massage your temples, and then circle back to the side of your head. You can just feel that ridge in the center of your forehead. You know, sometimes if you're getting a lot of headaches, you can feel the tension up here. You press back here and it's tight and it's painful. Yeah. And then third time, just above your eyebrows, you can feel the tension in your temples. Yeah. But work it back, just like you loosening and squeezing it out. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Just cup your hand, loose wrist, outside, top, inside, bottom, 3 times. And shoulder to your fingertips, inside to out. Okay, do 2 sides. Yeah, kidneys back. Back of leg, outside, front, inside, 3 times. Okay. Nice deep breath. Palms together. Right hand, left hand. Okay.